Rolling. Speed.
Cody's back.
Hello.
Hello.
Ethel Merman's back too.
Hi, my name's Tamara Chambers.
And I'm Cody Melcher.
And this is Tamara Just Saw.
You should say Tamara just saw. And Cody also just saw really butt dumbly. Just dumbly.
You know the old phrase, butt dumbly.
That phrase is more inventive than the entire film we just saw.
In Tamara's never seen this week, I say horse garbage. I call something horse garbage.
What is that?
That's just absolute horse garbage.
Is that glue?
So we just saw Jigsaw.
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 That is an actual line from the movie.
And one of the better ones.
The best one. Mm-hmm. Other than when the detective wakes up and is suddenly from New Jersey.
Yeah.
And he's like, this
was a Saw film. It was Jigsaw.
I don't think it was even a Saw. It was a Saw.
It was very much in the vein of Saw. It had the same shots, the same kind of color grading, the same lighting. Do you see the terms I just used?
Yeah. Oh wow. So someone's learning.
Listen, if you liked the Saw films and you still want more, then I guess this is for you.
If everything you have seen from the Saw franchise to this point, you've been like, yes, more please, thank you very much, sir, then you're not watching this video because you've already given up. So you've already decided this is who I am as a person. Which, you know what? More power to you.
Yeah.
I've recently just started deciding, you know what? I'm just going to eat cake. And that's okay. I'm just going to eat a lot of cake.
That
and this is just
okay.
who I am.
If you don't like the Saw films, this is not going to change your mind.
Run free.
Run free.
Run free.
Pull the lever and run free, please.
Well, if you pull the lever, you can't run because you get that problem.
Spoilers, by the way.
It's a Saw movie.
You know what's gonna happen.
Half of the movie actually took place in the past. Someone lost a limb, someone got eviscerated entirely, and someone got shot accidentally.
Listen, there was pigs, there was acid.
There was pig acid.
There were twists that you...
There were twists that you literally could not see coming because they gave you no information whatsoever.
There's no build-up. You mentioned Agatha Christie. It really just, grinded my gears that we're watching it, and there's the reference to and then there were none, and I hated that and then there were 4 and then there were 3, and we understand how counting works. Thank you very much. You are not even close to this story.
To be fair,
Please.
considering how the movie was written, they may not know how counting works. So there's a character whose face gets smashed against the side of a bucket, and we not only have to see that face for the rest of the movie in every scene. Somehow they've worked it into the corner of every single scene for the rest of the movie. But they refer to him as Buckethead. And then if someone accidentally uses his real name, they go, yeah, Buckethead. Just in case in case an audience member fell asleep for a minute and woke up and was like, wait, who are they talking about? What if there's a monkey in the audience?
Did someone bring their cat? Let's throw this in for them.
We should really write this movie to make sure that a tree that someone might have brought into the theater can keep up. No rock with sunglasses left behind.
I will be the first to say, sometimes I like a dumb horror. I think they can be awesome guilty pleasures, fine. Definitely, I understand. But this wasn't that. It didn't feel fun. It just felt like, what the is going on right now? What the is going on right now? What the is going on right now?
It was like a B movie that was really well produced and done, so it wasn't fun. If someone took an Ed Wood script and actually made a really good movie, but it was still an Ed Wood script, so it's still this makes no sense, but everything else is telling me it's supposed to be a good movie, but it's not enjoyable whatsoever.
I haven't seen a Saw movie since high school, and so years later, it really hit home that Jigsaw is this internet commenter. Oh, I serve great and badass justice. Wait, no, you can't do it back at me. No. Revenge is, you can't work on revenge, but everyone who's ever me up.
Every single protege that Jigsaw has had has completely not understood the whole point, because I don't think he does either.
Right.
Because it's kind of just half-assed thrown together. Literally, we have a scene where Jigsaw's like, you can't do it for vengeance. And the guy had just yelled at the guy he's about to kill, like, bring my wife back. And he's like, because the guy even says, no, Jigsaw let people live. Like, you're supposed to, like, that's not how this works. The guy he's killing is explaining the philosophy correctly to him. And he's like, no. Hardcore spoilers, if you care.
You shouldn't.
So there's two people, they're locked in, like, magnetic collars a la Wild Wild West. He, like, confesses, and it doesn't work. And then the lasers all come down, and his, like, neck explodes in blood, and he falls down. And I'm like, that's not how lasers work. The lasers would have cut his face.
Because they're here, and it would have
cut,
they
go in, but just his neck goes. So it's almost like they turned off and then turned on suddenly in the neck, but that's not what happened. We watched them visually go down. So then it cuts over to the other guy, and then the other guy, he's like confessing to lasers, and they finally stop, and he like is breathing, and he looks up and he sees the singes, and then he looks over and notices the other guy doesn't have singes, and I'm like, yeah. And the other guy gets up, and it was fake, and they showed the little blood packs in there, and because he's the real killer. In order to have any suspense in this movie that guy actually died, and we're trying to figure this out, the movie expected you to realize that they are so bad at making this movie that they would have just forgotten that lasers would cut his face off.
They're making the film, and one guy's like, do you think the audience is gonna... Do you think they're gonna know that, like, lasers don't work like that? And the other guy's like, no, fuck man, no.
One of the teachers I had was a producer who was teaching screenwriting. And he told me that that film is a mass media, so you have to play to the lowest common denominator because for film, you need to get as many people into the theater as possible. Which, that is a form of making film. And if you want to do that, that's fine. But you have two choices as a creative person. I'm not even saying art, because I'm not even saying like everybody who makes film needs to be trying to make art, okay? But you have two choices when you're making film. You can either try to play to the height of your audience, or you can play to the lowest common denominator. This movie not only plays the lowest common denominator, it didn't stick around to hear what the other option. It was just like, you can either play to the lowest common denominator, or, no, I'm gonna do that one. Wait, but I had other no, I'm good with that one.
The thing is this movie came out tonight, Thursday, end of October. Stranger Things Season 2 comes out tomorrow. Like, why the would you go spend money on Jigsaw, on Saw 8, when you can, what do we call it? Stab.
Booby stab is what I think you should call the franchise.
Why would you spend money on booby stab 8 when you could watch Stranger Things Season 2?
If you want serial killers, watch Mindhunter.
Which is also on Netflix.
Mindhunter's on Netflix. It's great. The cringiest part about Mindhunter is watching Jonathan Graff try to be straight. That's it. Other than that, it's a great show.
The thing I'm most excited about is to wade through the comments and find people that are defending Jigsaw.
Yeah, am I gonna wake up in manacles at some point after this review?
Oh God!
This is a 7 o'clock on a Thursday movie. Mm-hmm. It's Halloween weekend. The theater was mostly empty. Mm-hmm. If you can't get people out to a horror movie, a franchise horror movie, on Halloween weekend at 7 o'clock on a Thursday, you got a problem.
I remember when, like, horror was the Saw franchise in the early 2000s when movies died for a bit there. And, like, if you can't get people out to the theater for a major franchise.
Annabelle was packed.
And it was only 90 minutes. I, like, assume from the end that, like, they're gonna make another one and that this guy who took on the role as Jigsaw and his, like, weird assistant who likes corpses are gonna team up and that they're gonna go on and make the next one. And it's like, we don't need this. No one wants this.
Jigsaw has a real Bane problem. Every time they play a recording from him, I had to, like, lean forward.
Yes.
Because you can barely hear what he's saying.
You can't hear a word.
I do not recommend this movie, except if you know 5 people who have committed horrible human atrocities. Then what you do is you drug them, you strap them into a theater, and you make them watch to the end of the film, and then they will have changed their ways. And that's it. That's the game. The game is just surviving without trying to claw your own eyes out.
That's cruel.
Yeah.
But it's fair.
We don't need the Saw franchise. We have 2017. I don't, like, life's cruel. You know what? Life is Saw. I don't need this right now.
See y'all next week.
What are we saying next week?
Thor, I think.
Thor, right? Ragnarok?
So we'll see you next week with that. Thank you for watching.
And thank you for watching.
And thank you
for watching.
Thank you for watching.
They also just saw.
Bye.
Bye.